Okay, so in the next guide, we're going to have a look at cutting out backgrounds and removing transparency, as I said. So we've got our images, we've looked at our layers. I pulled in the hat last time. I've also pulled in this quite cool moustache as well to put on my face to make myself look more like a pirate. Now, the reason that I've chosen these two images is because they need different types of background removal. This one's got a plain colour, whole colour background, so it's nice and easy to remove that background. This one doesn't. It's actually already on someone's face. It's got multicoloured background, so we can't change it in the same way that we would with this first image. So let's start off with the first one. Okay, we'll start off with removing that background and placing it exactly where we want it. So remember, we need to be selected on the correct layer. So that is layer 2. Okay, if you're finding it hard to see what layers each layer is, you can right click on them and you can, oh, they've changed it, you can't rename it that way. You can click on, I think, where it says layer 2, might be a double click, it's a double click, and you can rename it if that helps you. Okay, so that one is a moustache, that one is, let's come up with something else. You've got to be a bit careful to click right on the letters. That one's the background. And that one, me. So now my layers are named, it just makes life easier. Sometimes when you're removing backgrounds, it's easier to zoom in a little bit. So I'm going to go to 75%. And that's going to help me place things where I want them. So firstly, we're going to start with the hat. So I select the hat layer. I want to get rid of the white background. I'm going to go to the third tool down and I'm going to click and hold and I'm going to go to the magic wand. Now the magic wand will select anything of a similar colour. So if I click on the white, what you'll notice is we get these dots around it. Now these are called marching ants. It's a nice technical term for them. And that's selected all the white. Okay, and the reason it's selected all the white is because it selects anything that is a similar colour. Sometimes, I'll show this by putting this up to sometimes if I select it, it can, I mean this is a really good image, but this is not going to do it, but sometimes it can drop into the image, and that's because the colours in the image are similar to those other colours, and the way we stop that happening is we put the tolerance lower. So if I put the tolerance here to 10, it's not going to make any difference to this image. It would not select as many colours that were close to that colour. So that's something to be aware of. Once we've selected it, we literally just need to press the delete key on the keyboard. Okay, so we press the delete key on the keyboard and the background has gone. Then what we need to do next is click on select and go deselect, because we need to get rid of those marching ants. If we don't get rid of the marching ants, the only editing we can do is within the selection. So if I wanted to colour or rub out, I could only do it within that selection there. I couldn't do it outside it. So I'm going to go select, deselect. And that has now gone. So I'll go back to my move tool and I can go back to my edit free transform, and now I can position this exactly where I want it to be. Rotate it a little bit. I might make that a little bit bigger. So remember, if I want to keep the same proportions, I hold shift down. Like I say, it's a really big program, really powerful program, so it takes a while to do all of this. And we'll move it exactly where we want it. That's a bit too far. A bit too low, just up a little bit and across a little bit. So this is not the most exciting thing to watch. I think about there is quite nice. So I'm now wearing my pirate hat. So again, what we do, we click the move tool, we apply that change. Okay, and there we go. We've cut the background out of something with one colour on it. Okay, so the next guide we're going to look at cutting the background out of something with more than one colour in the background.